Hi friends, this video is about how to take the wind out of the sails of a given type making a suggestion by dominant function. So we'll start, for example, with FE types. This is ESFJ or ENFJ. How to take the wind out of their sails is simply to say to them, what you're suggesting is going to hurt a lot of feelings. This is what I would say is wind from sails, fifth slot function hypothesis, that because they value that as an autopilot thing, that if you tell them they're not validating on their fifth slot function, that will take the wind out of their sails. Okay, so for your FE types, that's your ENFJ, ESFJ, you tell them it's going to hurt a lot of feelings. For your FI types, your INFPs and your ISFPs, you tell them it's going to be cringy and make people feel awkward. And that'll take what you're suggesting is going to make everyone feel awkward, and then that'll take the wind right out of the FI Dom sails. If you've got an SE Dom, you tell them that's going to run afoul of everyone's experience. That contradicts SI. That's for both ESTP and ESFP. If you're an SI Dom, you're talking about ISFJ or ISTJ. You say, well, that's not going to have any impact. Something that my ISFJ girlfriend once said, which I think displays well the fifth slot valuing, absolute valuing, is she said, that's about as exciting as a limp dick. And in other words, that which doesn't produce the capacity to have impact is worthless. Anyway, so to save to an ISTJ, what you're suggesting will have no impact is a way to take the wind out of their sails. Not that I'm suggesting you take the wind out of people's sails, but just as a thought I had when I was in the other room, so I may make a video about it. Now, what do we have to go? We've got introverted intuition. If you have introverted intuition in the fifth slot, like me, then what you need to do to tell those people is what you're saying is not true, or it's irrelevant. It lacks significance or relevance to the thing in hand. If you're talking to a NI Dom and you want to say, take the wind out of the sails, you say, what you're suggesting, there's nothing new here. And then that'll take the wind right out of the NI Dom sails because they have NE in the fifth slot. If you're talking about TI Dom, that's INTP or ISTP, you want to take the wind out of their sails, you simply say, this just won't work, isn't effective. If you want to take the wind out of a TE Dom sails, you say, this won't pass logical scrutiny, what you're suggesting. Now, unfortunately, it seems like that's one of the least effective ways to critique a person, because TE Doms they don't care if it passes logical scrutiny as long as it passes effectiveness scrutiny. So in that regard, it's kind of like, well, I guess you'd say it's rare that it's harder to take the wind out of their sails than other types. Did I skip any? I did the TE Doms, the ENTJs, and ESTJs. You tell them what you're suggesting won't pass logical scrutiny. The TI Doms, that's your ISTPs, INTPs. What you're doing won't be effective. The FE Doms, what you're doing will hurt a lot of feelings. That's your ENFJs, ESFJs. FI Doms, what you're doing will be persistent awkward. That's your ISFPs and your INFPs. And that's it. Right? No. I skipped 4 of them. SI Doms. I don't know why I'm recapping. SI Doms, impact. You're critiquing their impact. SE Doms, you're saying what you're suggesting won't validate with other people's experience. And then what's the other one? Oh yeah, and then NI Doms, you tell them there's nothing new here. What you're suggesting, and that'll take the wind out of their sails. NE Doms, you say what you're suggesting is false or it lacks relevance to the thing at hand. And that's my summation of my thing, and it took a little under 5 minutes. Thank you for watching.